it sucked. It really, really, really sucked, and nobody says that enough. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. My name is Whitney. Today is gonna be just kind of more like a chill video. It's gonna be just kind of me sitting here and talking to you about some stuff. I am on my front porch, so I apologize for any noises in the background. I live right next to a highway, and there's nature and stuff, so there will be noises in the background. I apologize. Today I just kind of wanted to talk about my pregnancy journey, my motherhood journey, and why I stand behind, wholeheartedly, 100% stand behind Colleen Ballinger. First, I'm going to start with my pregnancy. My first pregnancy with my oldest son, Carter. He's 3 years old now. When I got pregnant with him, I was in my first semester of college. And I had a decent sized group of friends. And pretty much as soon as I got pregnant, I kind of lost the majority of them. It was really hard and really depressing and really confusing, and it's just like, why? Now looking back on it, I kind of understand why, because I've talked to most of these people about it, and I kind of got closure on the whole thing. I'm still not friends with any of them anymore, but people grow apart, it's whatever. That's not the point. When I got pregnant, my best friend, for the sake of this video, we'll call her Rose. I don't know. So Rose and I, that was my dog, sorry. So Rose and I were inseparable, okay? Like, literally, we went to the same school. We both lived on campus in dorms. My dorm was on this side of campus, and her dorm was like, you go down this road, and then you go here, and her dorm was like right here. So it was like a 5-minute walk between our dorm rooms, and we spent every minute of every day together besides the times that we were in class. I've known this girl since the first day of my freshman year of high school. Okay, so we've been best friends for years at this point. And when we went to the same school, we didn't really know anybody else because it's a big school, and most of the people that went to our high school went off to different schools, either out of state or in other parts of the state, or whatever. So we just didn't really know anybody else. And she actually got pregnant a few months before I did. And when she got pregnant, it was like, shit, it's crunch time. Like, we're basically like sisters. I'm your best friend. Like, you're pregnant, I'm gonna help you through this, I'm gonna be there with you every step of the way. And I was for a few months, and then I ended up getting pregnant. And she kind of thought that I did it on purpose, and she thought that I was trying to, that's my dog's tail, but she thought that I was trying to basically steal her spotlight. And I don't know what else to say about that, but that's what happened. And then a couple of other reasons, but she basically cut me off. Like 100%. One day we were best friends, sisters, inseparable. The next day, she was gone. She wouldn't talk to me, she wouldn't see me, she wouldn't hang out with me. We would pass each other on campus, like walking to classes, and she would literally just like avert her eye contact and ignore me, basically. And it was probably one of the most hurtful things that I've ever experienced in my life, to be completely honest with you. It was a very hard time. So I'm pregnant. It's my first semester of college. It was toward the end of the semester. I got pregnant in like late October, and I found out that I was pregnant in late November. I was 4 weeks pregnant when I found out, which is basically like as early as you can find out. So I took a test and yep, it was positive. My boyfriend at the time, who is now my fiance, we're engaged, he was supportive from the moment I told him. He was like, okay, it's crunch time, you know, it's time to grow up, we're about to be parents, let's do it, you know. Fast forward a little bit, my pregnancy was so hard. The first trimester, I was incredibly sick the whole time. Throwing up, nausea, could barely get out of bed. Honestly, it felt like I had the flu for the entire first trimester. So with that being said, I didn't really go to many of my classes for school. I did do the online work, I did all my homework, I turned in my essays through emails with my professors. I still did my schoolwork, but I didn't physically go to class because I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't do it. And essentially, the school kicked me out, basically. They called me an unofficial withdrawal because I wasn't physically showing up to my classes. Fast forward a little bit more. My second trimester wasn't quite as bad. It was just as bad, but in different ways. So I wasn't really sick anymore, but I was in an incredible amount of pain because when you're pregnant, you know, all of your organs shift up to make room for, you know, the growing fetus that's inside of your body. And then also your bones, like your hip bones go from this to this, okay, to make room for the baby coming out. So like my whole anatomy was changing, and I'm a pretty petite girl. I am 5'2" and I weigh 98 pounds. I'm pretty petite, and I've always been this petite. So my organs moving and my bones moving was really painful for me. And this is kind of where I'm going to get into why I support Colleen Ballinger so much. I've been watching her for a while now, but I've been keeping up with her pregnancy journey the whole time. In almost every video, she talks about how much hate she gets every day for talking about how much pain she's in. And I think that that's really messed up. I mean, come on, people, like, have a little sympathy. Like, this girl, she's just as petite as I am. She is in so much pain. And the thing is that not a lot of people talk about this. If people don't want to hear how bad pregnancy is, it's like this, it's supposed to be this big miracle, and it is a miracle. Like, you're growing life inside your body. That's amazing. But it hurts, and it makes you sick, and it's honestly, it's kind of terrible. Like, feeling the baby and knowing that you've created life and it's growing inside your body every day, every second, every minute, that is amazing. And nothing can take away from that. But that doesn't take away the fact that it's a very painful process. So when I got into my third trimester, I was in even more pain, but for different reasons. Like I said, I'm petite, so my stomach was literally the size of a watermelon, and I didn't gain weight anywhere else in my body, and that's just me. You know, some women gain weight, some women don't. In other parts of their body, everyone obviously gains weight in their stomach, but I only gained weight in my stomach and in my breasts, obviously, because your body is getting ready to produce milk. But with that being said, my stomach was so heavy and so big and just so uncomfortable that the rest of my body had to work 3 times as hard to keep up with, you know, what my stomach was doing. Like, my bones ached constantly. My back was in so much pain. My legs were in so much pain, my feet were swollen, my ankles were swollen. Like it was rough, it really was. July 19th, 2015, I had my son. And when they, took him out and placed him on my chest, I realized, shit, it was all worth it, honestly. I can't even describe it. It's just like, worth it. That's all I can say. So now I'm gonna talk about motherhood. I have been, most of my time being a mom, I've been a stay-at-home mom. I have had jobs here and there, but I have had to leave them all for a few different reasons. A few months after I had Carter, I started working at Panera, which, if you don't know what that is, you might be living under a rock. It's a restaurant. They sell like sandwiches and soup and stuff like that. So yeah, I was working at Panera, and I worked there for a couple of months, but they paid me $8.25 an hour. And I'll tell you this right now, $8.25 an hour doesn't cover a daycare bill. And if you're not a mom and you don't pay for daycare, then you don't know. So I'll tell you, daycare is expensive. Daycare for both of my kids is almost $300 a week. $300 a week. Like that's more than my rent per month, okay? So it's expensive. So I had to quit Panera. A few months go on and I get pregnant again. That was with my second child, Jackson. The pregnancy was about the same, I'm gonna be honest. But so now I have a 1-year-old and a newborn. And I fell into this postpartum depression because I was getting no sleep because the newborn, Jackson, would stay up all night. And then as soon as he would fall asleep, my 1-year-old would wake up in the morning. And it was really, really hard. Honestly, it was. I didn't really know how to cope with it, to be honest, because it's like this mental battle in your head. It's like, I have these beautiful, wonderful, amazing children, and I love them so, so deeply. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't even know who I am anymore. It's like I get no sleep. I basically don't even have an identity anymore other than mom. And it's really hard. It's very depressing and confusing, and it kind of makes you fall into this existential crisis kind of mental war with yourself. And that's the only way I can really describe it, is a mental war. So later on down the road, I get another job at a company called Humana, and that's an insurance company if you don't know what that is. And it was a temp job, but they paid so much better than Panera did. It was $15 an hour, and honestly, I loved that job. Like, it was just a desk job, but it was a lot of fun, to be honest. All of my coworkers were like friends, and the work itself was kind of fun. It just gave my brain something to do, and I liked that. Because I've always liked school. I love learning. This job just, it was kind of like that for me. I was there for a couple of months, and then, like I said, it was a temp job, so my time was up and I was no longer working there. So I go back to being a stay-at-home mom. And then I got a job at this marketing company. Marketing and sales was commission-based. My favorite job that I've ever had. It was a lot of fun. It really was. Like, I got up every morning excited to go to work because it was just fun. It wasn't work to me. It was, I don't know. But that's beside the point. I was there for a few months. I was really good at my job, honestly. Like, I had gotten like 3 or 4 promotions in the short amount of time that I was there. But the fact of the matter is, with a commission-based job, you don't have a guaranteed paycheck, if that makes sense. Like, you don't know how many products you're going to sell that week. So like, if you only sell like 3 products, you're gonna have a really shitty check. But if you sell like 15 or 20 products, you're gonna have a really great check. So like, there were weeks when I was only making like $100 on my paychecks, and let me tell you, that doesn't pay daycare bills. It just doesn't work. So so I had to leave that job. And we're here in the past few months. I kind of fell into a bit of a depression again, because as a mom, you can't make decisions based on yourself. You have to make decisions based on what's going to be best for your kids. It was also really hard for me because I really did love that job. But with that being said, I love my children more than I can even explain. Honestly, I don't know how to describe how much I love my kids. But at the same time, it makes me feel less, how do I say this? It makes me feel like I'm not me anymore. And that is kind of why, actually it is why I have decided to make this YouTube channel. It has given me a way to feel like me again. It makes me be creative, and it makes my brain work, and it's just, honestly, I'm the happiest I've been in a while. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk a little bit. You know, this is me, this is raw, this is just me talking to myself in a camera, but it's kind of letting you get to know me a little bit more. So I don't know if you enjoyed this video or not. Like I said, it was just me talking to myself in a camera. But if you did, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a mom in general and you can relate to this, leave a comment down below or give the video a like. Let me know, because I'm sure plenty of you out there can relate to this. I've decided that I love doing this so much that one video a week just isn't enough for me, so I've decided to put out 2 videos a week now. I'm still going to be doing videos on Wednesdays, but now I'm going to be adding in a video every Friday as well. And my plan probably is to make the Friday videos just kind of chill like this, just sitting down and talking. So yeah, be looking forward to that. For the month of October, I said in my 15 Facts About Me video that October and Halloween is my favorite time of the year. I kind of treat the whole month as a holiday, to be honest. So I have decided to do 3 videos a week for the whole month of October, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And every video that I put out is going to be spooky, like Halloween. So that's exciting. But yeah, if you like this video, then like this video. If you didn't, then I'm sorry. If you can relate to it, then like this video. Leave a comment down below and tell me your journey. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.